Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here with Freight to Freedom with another exciting video, another exciting topic. So let's go ahead and get right into my story. New welcomers, new people. If you guys didn't know my story, basically I was a truck driver for like 11 years. Delivered beer, delivered to lower end grocery stores, did dry freight. Never did any OTR, mostly just did day cabin and stuff like that. And I mean, aside from the beer deliveries or whatever. But yeah, I was never a super trucker, never drove Peterbilt's, Kenworths, 75 speeds or anything like that. But yeah, I know how to drive manuals and stuff. But anyway, I got tired of the industry and got tired of being watched by cameras and all that stuff like that. Yeah, I could have went private and did something cooler. But I didn't. I'm just tired of driving in general. And so here we are, and this is why I made the channel. So the whole reason behind the channel is to give you guys and show you guys, exciting news. I have two kids, two little girls, a 5 and a 2-year-old, and actually the other day just found out that we're pregnant again. So now we're going to be a family of 5, and hopefully it's going to be my boy, because at 39 years old, like I said, I am done having kids. I don't know if I'll be able to do this one. I guess we'll find out if you stop getting videos. Like I said, I'm trying to stay consistent with my videos every Friday, but man, do I forget everything. I can't even remember what day it is most of the time. But, that's just how it goes. Welcome to adulthood, I guess. I got something on my shirt. But, today's topic, what I wanted to talk about and get into was, my last video was social media marketing and stuff like that. I touched base on some of that stuff. It's like you guys can look at different businesses and stuff in your local area or even where you're at. Really doesn't matter. The cool thing about that is that you can look at businesses worldwide. You know what I mean? You can look at their profile pages on Facebook and try to, see if they need revamped. You can use AI to make new web pages, and if they're cool with it, you can put their pictures, for examples, and then you can just send everything off to them, and you can just do just that. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff with that whole social media marketing, stuff like that. Social media management, excuse me, and that whole rigmarole. But this one, this video, I actually just wanted to kind of just get just the tip, So my background while I was driving, I actually tried a few things, and this is one of them. And I tried the social media marketing. I tried that too. Didn't work out. I can't call and be so focused calling businesses because I can't multitask like that. I just can't do it. So I stopped doing that. I was actually going to start it up again. And actually here recently I've been getting all my stuff, all my documents and stuff like that in order. So I'm actually going to be doing, cold calling. So, I'll probably have some cold call videos and stuff like that. But the whole purpose, like I said, of this channel is to just give you guys ideas, to bounce ideas off of you guys, and you guys bounce all ideas off of me and each other, and just create a community of ideas and stuff to help you guys get out of the truck. So thank you guys for the 6 subscribers on my channel right now. Thank you. Super cool. So I know that there's people out there that want to get out of driving. Maybe you're not even driving. Maybe you just want to get ideas and just side hustle, just do money and whatever. I don't know. So this one, I wanted to touch base and just get just the tip on drop shipping. I just wanted to kind of scale the surface. So drop shipping. What is drop shipping first? So drop shipping is not even buying an item from wholesale. You don't even have to buy it wholesale from a distributor in another country. I'm not going to name any other countries, but China. That's what all these other major retailers do. I mean, that's what a lot of these guys do. They Target, Walmart, they buy stuff from China, they mark it up at price, you know, all these freaking toys and all this other stuff. That's why you see made in China, made in Bangladesh, made in Thailand, made in freaking Pakistan, you know. These companies are doing the same thing that you can do too. And yes, I did it. I did it for a while. And there's so much. I'm probably going to make this like at least a 2 or 3 part video on how to do this, because this is really big. There's a lot of information, and I want to try to cover everything for you guys in this whole section. So this, boom, not going to make a super crazy headline here for drop shipping, because like I said, I want to make this as organic as possible. Yeah, I'm probably going to try to figure out how to do some stuff and like screen record on a computer. I'm going to do that for you guys eventually, and this way you can see exactly what I'm doing, and you can do really step for step and pound for pound exactly how I did it, what I did. And it's super cool. Did I make any money from when I drop shipped? Because I did do drop shipping for a little while. Yes, I did make money. I did make some money. Did I put in a lot of money into it? Yes. Yes, I did put a lot of money into it. Between ads and apps and stuff that I was using, it all worked out. So the margins, on drop shipping it depends on how you do it, and depends on what you do and the product that you do. There's people that are drop shipping like large products like furniture, saunas. You see all these saunas. No, I'm not from New Jersey. I have family from New Jersey though. But saunas. Anyway, the saunas, and listen, the freaking ice baths, dude. The ice bath craze. It's still, all that stuff is still going. It was all just drop shipping stuff. People were just finding products online, and they were finding stuff to just from distributors overseas, basically China. And you can find all this stuff, and I know you guys are thinking like, which websites, where, like, how do we? I'm going to get into detail about that, like probably in the next video, but I just want to go over like some generalized information to kind of like warm and juice you guys up, you know what I mean? So, what products did I drop ship? So I tried a bunch of different stuff, guys. I tried a bunch of different stuff. One of the things that I tried to drop ship was an iron, like your shirt. How many people do you know that has an iron? Probably not a lot of people. And people are doing stuff, they're leaving their laundry in the whatchamacallit. It's all, getting wrinkly all the time. And I thought that was like my winning product, like that I could get, like, and I was like, I could sell it, whatever, at a decent anyway, I thought it was going to be a hot item. Anyway, not really a hot item. Maybe I did it wrong. To be honest with you, I probably just did it wrong. So I tried drop shipping for a long time. When I say a long time, I was in and out of it for probably a year. So I probably tried it for like a year-ish, probably like a year. And I did a bunch of stuff. Like I said, I did the iron. So what I did was, anyway, I don't know if I want to talk about that. And we're back. Okay, sorry, had to take a phone call and do some other stuff, and I'll just place those videos to where you won't even notice. Just kidding. So anyway, where was I? So I was on the topic of drop shipping. So yes, I did drop ship a couple other things. Like I said, I did the iron for the shirt. saunas, you can do anything. So all in all, in the beginning, to get started, honestly, so the first step is to just really brainstorm, to be honest with you, is brainstorm. That's the first step I would do, honestly. So what to brainstorm about, like what you want to think about is what you want to drop ship. So what you want to, like trying to figure out how to do it is like, that's on the back end. Like who cares about that? What you're trying to like do and sell is really what it's all about. So you can do anything. Now, what some of the great people have said, I'm sure you've heard this saying plenty of times, is if it works, don't fix it. You know what I mean? If it works, don't fix it. And what that means in this concept, in this idea, means you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to pick a product that is so crazy. Like it doesn't have to be super innovative. It doesn't have to be super crazy, super special. It really doesn't. You can pick something that is already selling really well and piggyback off of that. It's really like if you see all the saunas and the ice baths, the tubs and stuff like that. I mean, do you remember like how many versions of all of that stuff was probably coming across your Facebook newsfeed and stuff like that? That's exactly what people were doing. People were drop shipping the same product. They were rebranding it, and because branding is everything. Whatever you do, you want to brand it, the product just right. And we'll get into a little bit more detail about like branding and all that stuff. And, with drop shipping, I learned to do everything myself, which is pretty awesome. And it took me a long time to do all that stuff. Do I remember how to exactly do everything? No. But, I did everything from the nitty gritty to building a fully functional business that wasn't selling. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I did the research and development. I did the social media management. I did the social media ads. I did the Facebook page. I did the Shopify store. I ran ads. I tried to brand the product just right. And with my research and development, it's really cool. There's actually I'm probably getting too deep into it, but there's something, I can't remember if you have to pay for it or not. I don't think you do, but it's a program and a website where you can look up all of the stores in Shopify worldwide. You can look up every Shopify store worldwide and see how much it's doing. So going back to it, that's why I said you don't have to reinvent the wheel to make something work. And all this is going to be leading up to like my product that I did finally choose and did actually make money on. And to be honest with you, there's going to be some people are going to be like, what's that? I don't even know what that is. And there's going to be some of my generation that grew up with it, and they're going to be like, man, that's crazy. You did that and you were like making money with that? Like, that's insane. But like my whole idea behind it was like super cool. And like, it was actually, I don't know. I thought it was super cool. But I was actually starting to get really excited about it, if you couldn't tell. But it was really cool. And I have gone more with it, done more, kept going. Yes, I could have. So the problem with drop shipping is that if you don't do it right, the ads and the marketing to get your product out there is also everything. Everything is like everything. If you don't get it right and you don't do it right and you don't know how to read it and, make adjustments and stuff like that and learn from it, it's going to go downhill super fast, really fast. So this one, to be honest with you, being a truck driver, if you don't have a couple bucks, and I say a couple bucks, start drop shipping. To start the drop shipping. If you don't have a couple bucks, I say a couple bucks. To be honest with you, if you don't have a solid, I don't know, let me think of a number. If you don't have a solid, let's say, I don't know, $1,500, $1,000, something like that. Now you're going to be like, man, that's a lot of money. Yes, that is a lot of money. Dude, that is a lot of money. But the potential to make money is insane. So throughout my endeavors, I racked up through all of my different products that I was drop shipping and paying for the apps and all this other stuff, Shopify, blah, blah, blah. Everything all together and running ads, I racked up about $2,800. $2,800. Now, what I made from the store that I made and was doing was right around $600 ish. $600, 620, 40, 50, something like that. It was like $600. And of course I needed that money, and I made the mistake of not putting it back into the business, and I just spent it. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. I should have put that towards a credit card or whatever. So anyway, I do want to talk about the product and the research and development on the product that was actually making me some money. Now, this is going to blow some of you guys' minds. So I was like, after all this stuff and doing research and development and drop shipping and doing this and making ads and making people make me ads, video ads and stuff like that, and putting them out, paying for the ads, doing all this stuff, paying for these apps. Sure, after I was doing all this stuff, I landed on a product, and the way I got there was I was like, okay, let me take a step back. Let me do some major research. Let me see what's working. Let me see what wheel has already been invented and piggyback off of that. And that is exactly what I did. And that is exactly what works. I'm telling you, it's freaking bananas. But I stopped because I was already like so much in debt. And I was starting to get nervous and scared because I was already $2,800, dude. You know what I mean? How do you come back from that? You're like, oh, freaking crap. Between like mortgage and kids and everything else and groceries and not having whatever, being the sole provider, whatever. You know, I was like, man, that's a lot of money to, I don't know if I'll be able to come back from it. So I ended up stopping. And I just got cold feet and just dipped out. Now I could have kept going. I might be doing something else. You know what I mean? I might do some more research and development and figure out what I can make work with a little bit overhead at this time because, you know, just trying to figure out what's going to work. Just something that's not going to be so expensive, something that I can, you know, maybe do organically and that I can, you know, make work. So now you guys are probably wondering, well, what did you do? What did you do? What did you sell? I know you're wondering. So listen, here's exactly what I did. And I'm going to tell you. Do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man? No, it's not a muffin. And it's not a Muffin Man. So do you remember back in the day playing Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo 64? Back in the day, you're playing 64. Like I said, I'm 39 years old. I remember playing 64. Excuse me, when I was younger, and playing Nintendo 64, playing Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time. I don't even remember, to be honest with you, how I got this idea, and it's freaking bananas, dude. So I was like, you know what? I wonder, I think it came about, I was like, well, I wonder if they sell this. And you're probably wondering what it was. It was ocarinas. I was selling ocarinas. Yeah, that was my product. So I was selling ocarinas, and I was like, man, I wonder if I can sell ocarinas. So what I did was I was getting on these wholesale drop shipper websites that was selling this stuff, and so one of the things is that what you need to look for is, can you drop ship one product instead of wholesale buying, 100 pieces, 200 pieces, 50 pieces, whatever it is. You need to find a product also as well that drop ships and and that sells one product at a time. So I was looking, searching, finding all this stuff, looking through all these distributors on, Alibaba, AliExpress. Yeah, the shipping times were super long. It really was not that long. To be honest with you, I found a drop shipper that was able to do it in about a week or so. Tops maybe week and a half. Shortest was like, I don't know, 4 days. You know what I mean? 3 days. And super fast, because there's containers and stuff coming from China all the time. All the time, dude. And they just throw them on these containers, boom. And there's, so they just throw them on, ship them, throw them, and it gets sent out. And so I found these ocarinas, and they were super cool. Let me tell you, they were so freaking cool. They were clay. They weren't like regular. I was selling plastic ones too, but I was selling clay, like wood-fired ocarinas, and I was trying to find the ones that didn't have a bunch of Chinese, Chinese lettering on them, because there's some of them that had Chinese lettering wood-fired into the clay. I was just trying to find something plain and simple and something that I can brand and make into. So what did I call? I think my business, my company was called Dello Pro Products. And how I made that, I made a t-shirt and everything else, dude. I was wearing my t-shirt. I was promoting my t-shirt. It was freaking dumb. No, I was excited about it. And anyway, yeah, I was drop shipping these ocarinas, these clay-fired ocarinas, dude. And I sold them all over the world. I sold a couple here in the United States. I sold one in Canada. And people were freaking buying them, dude. I was having sales come in, $70, $80. $120, and I was like, oh my god, I'm selling these ocarinas, and I thought it was freaking crazy, dude. And so, but the problem was as well is that I was spending $50 a day on ads. Do you know what I mean? And if you can add that up, $50 a day, you do that a week. Not good at math, but that's a lot of money. What, $250? 50, 50, 50, 50, $250. I'm not good at math. Anyway, I'm not the smartest guy, but I'll tell you what, if I put my mind to it, I can figure it out. And if I can figure it out, dude, you guys can figure something out too. Because like I said, I'm not the smartest guy, but I know how to figure something out. And when I'm determined and set on something. And that's one of the characteristics that I got from, being 4 years in the Marine Corps, is that like if I set my mind to something that I'm gonna do it. And that's the other thing. Well, why didn't you stay in? The Marine Corps was not me. It was, it was cool. Did a bunch of stuff, seen a bunch of, met a bunch of people and seen a bunch of places, but it just wasn't for me either. So here's the thing, I still want to know what I want to be when I grow up, so, so anyway, guys, so that was, just the tip of the head, just the tip of the spear. That's drop shipping. You know what I mean? I know I talked a bunch of stuff and it was all mumbled and jumbled and, but I'm just trying to like say it and trying to explain it in a conversational form, like as if I was talking to you guys. My 6 subscribers, thank you again, 6 subscribers. Hopefully you guys are watching my videos. Dude, come back, watch them. You know what I mean? Put some stuff in the comments. Tell me my videos suck. Tell me my audio sucks. That would be great. But do you know what I mean? That's like, I'm just trying to make it like as organic as possible, and because I want to be personal with you guys, because I don't want you to think that like I'm some guru and I'm making millions and I'm doing all this stuff. So like I'm just selling sheds and I'm just trying to make money for my family. That's all I'm trying to do. We're not making a lot of money selling sheds. We're making enough to get by. We're going for assistance, you know what I mean? Right now through the state, it just, I'm just trying side hustles. So anyway, guys, yeah, enough for the video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Likes, subscribes. Please help me subscribe. Watch my videos. Tell me I'm crap. Subscribe. Subscribe. I don't know if I told you to subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to try to do 2 videos a week. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm going to try to push it just so I can give you guys some content, give you some ideas, and we can bounce ideas off each other. All right. See you guys. Peace.